That one's not working. Bear with me. Let me just fix the camera. Give me 1 second. Hold on. All right, let's have a look at it now. Give me 1 second. Let me just adjust it. All right, Shalom Israel. This is the Wednesday law class. Also remember, check out Commanding General Yohanna's radio show, which is 2 a.m. UK time. There's one Monday, one Saturday. You know we have classes Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. till 9. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday at 394 Lodge Road, B18 5PW. Tuesday, Friday online, 7 p.m. till 9. On the ends, 9 p.m. on Friday. Sabbath service on Saturday. Camp if the weather's good or whatnot, or no other obstacles. So today we're going to go into a few topics. So we're going to go into a few topics. Prince Harry and him being a crybaby and all of them things, because all he's been doing is crying. So we're going to go into those things. Hold on, give me 1 second. Put these notes. All right, so first, obviously, everyone knows Prince Harry is the son of so-called Princess Diana and King Charles, who obviously is getting his coronation sometime in the future. So now let's just, hold on, give me 1 second. Also, any questions, just type them in the chat. Hold on, give me 1 second. Oh, yeah. 1 second, Hakim. Let me just turn on the speaker so I can hear. Say something, Hakim. Let me see if I can hear. Say something, Hakim. Is your mic on mute? Hold on. This. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me just check out my phone and see if it's my side. Say something, Hakim. It's your side, Hakim. You have to fix something on your side.
So Lakia, can you hear me now? I don't want.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Can't. It look cold. I don't want it look cold in there, man. Is it cold in there?
What you say? I look cold in here.
Yeah, the air. I can see the air coming from your mouth, man.
Now I got the can of gas in the back.
See, look cold in there, man.
I got the can of gas in the back. Listen, I'm prepared for this winter, man. Listen. Can of gas and the blow heater on.
Boy, so it'll get cold on.
Yeah, it seems like it's going back to I don't even know. This is part of our punishment being in England, so lucky.
Trust me, boy. One go back home, you know.
Say that again.
One go back home.
Exactly. So now let me just so now Prince Harry is what? The son of King Charles and Princess Diana. So now let's read a little bit about Princess Diana, because for some reason black women love Princess Diana, man. Black women love her and believe Princess Diana was so real. Princess Diana was this. Princess Diana was that. Listen, man. Princess Diana was just any regular white woman, man.
Mm.
Princess Diana was just any regular white woman that stole from you, man, like the rest of them. Hold on, let's screen share it. Let's screen share her Wikipedia and just read a little bit about her. Princess Diana was just one of them women that like to run. Maybe some women identify with her. Why? Because Princess Diana is a woman that don't listen to her husband. That's probably why. Princess Diana went on air and shamed her husband multiple times, man. Went on air and shamed the whole family, man. And Princess Harry's doing the same thing, man. I said, okay, Prince Harry, he's on air doing the same thing. Hold on, let's go on the Wikipedia.
Mr. Lucky, sir.
Go ahead.
Do you think that he's doing it though because they try to cover up the death of his mother?
The reason why Harry's doing it is because they told him to marry a woman they didn't want him to marry. He married that woman and they stripped him of the royal titles and now he's upset. So now they stripped him of them royal titles and now he's upset that they basically don't even want to deal with him. So what's he doing? Doing what most people do, throw their toys out of the pram, crying for attention. That's not the way to get attention, man. What he should do is go back to his father and apologize, man. He should go back to his father and say, I'm sorry. Listen, he bust his father's business all in interviews and all of those kind of things.
Disrespect.
Listen, I couldn't give a shit about the Royal Slovakia, but while it is, this is trending topics and we have to be in season. So now, because we the real princes of this world.
Right.
Where Harry went round, I'm going to show you where a real prince should go, right? Other than that, I couldn't care less about Harry and William. So now, this says Diana, Princess of Wales. Several times. Hold on, let's go down. It says Diana, Princess of Wales, born Diana Frances Spencer, was a member of the British royal family. She was the first wife of King Charles III, then Prince of Wales, and mother of Princes William and Harry. Her activism and glamour made her an international icon and earned her enduring popularity, as well as almost unprecedented public scrutiny. Diana was born into the British nobility and grew up close to the royal family. Listen, man, you're upset about Princess Diana, man. You're feeling sorry for Princess Diana, and she grew up in royalty, man. Why don't you feel sorry for black women that's on crack, man? Why don't you feel sorry for black women that's on drugs? Black women that's been raped who don't know who their father is, man.
That's right.
Princess Diana grew up in royalty. So much black women try and identify with Princess Diana, man. They're trying to identify with her like she's something special. Listen, man, she grew up in royalty, man, and her net worth was £30 million. You don't even have $500,000. You don't even have 100,000. You don't even have 50,000, man. And you're upset about Princess Diana. It was so sad when Princess Diana died. Black people die every day, man. And I'm yet to hear somebody say it's sad. I'm yet to hear somebody say it's sad, man. Let's read on. Diana was born into the British nobility and grew up close to the royal family on their Sandringham estate in 1981. While working as nursery teacher's assistant, she became engaged to Prince of Wales, the eldest son of Queen Elizabeth II. Their wedding took place at St. Paul's Cathedral in 1981 and made her a Princess of Wales, a role in which she was enthusiastically received by the public. Now, everyone cares about Princess Diana. Everybody cares about Princess Diana, man. When nobody should care about Princess Diana, you should care about black people's pain, man. Imagine this. Already, I've read this and I've seen some wrong in it. Read that part for me, Hakian.
Karawan Khan, their wedding took place at St. Paul's Cathedral in 1981 and made her the Prince of Wales, a role in which she was enthusiastically...
Now. Hakian, tell me what's wrong with that, man.
Why, sir? You have to no, I wouldn't know, sir. If you
Now,
could
what's wrong? Oh, no, sir. All right, what's wrong with that is what they made her the Princess of Wales when the Princess of Wales is supposed to be black women, man.
all
Black women
right,
are
okay.
supposed to be the Princess of Wales. You know why? Because
Come.
black man was the King of Wales, man.
Right, okay.
The Princesses of Wales, man.
That's
And
right.
we for Diana. Meanwhile, she's stealing our royal titles, man. The
Okay.
Princess of Wales should belong to black people. Why? Because we ruled Scotland and Wales and Ireland and England and all of them
Yeah.
places.
Right.
And they give the Princess of Wales titles to Diana. And you cry for her. Why would you cry for her when you should be the Princess of Wales, man? In order for her to be the Princess of Wales, you have to be the poor people of Wales, man. In order for Charles to be the King of England, you have to be the crackhead of England, man. We shouldn't cry about these royals and care about these royals. You know why? Because they're stealing our royal titles, man. They called her the Princess of Wales. She had the title of the Princess of Wales. She had all the privileges of a princess. What privileges do our black women get? Zero, man. They get no protection. They get no privileges. And Diana gets the Princess of Wales, man. And when she died, everybody cried for her. Everybody cried for her. And black women always feel like they can relate to Princess Diana. They always be like, she's so real. And she knows how to express herself like I express myself. She knows how to stand up for herself like I stand up for myself. Listen, man, you and Princess Diana have nothing in common, man. You're a slave and she's free, man. She's free to do whatever she wants when you ain't free to do whatever she wants, man. What we should do is follow God, man, and serve the Lord.
That's
instead
right.
of trying to have sympathy for these devils, man.
That's
That
right.
have no sympathy for us.
That's
What?
right.
Princess Diana went to holiday. She went on holiday in St. Nevis, man, with Harry and William, man, with her two sons. She could afford money to go on holiday, whereas we can't afford to go on holiday, man. Her whole life was waking up when she wants, a few public appearances and getting paid for it, man. We could only dream of that life. Princess Diana had the world at her feet, man. Meanwhile, you don't, man. Meanwhile, the world at their feet, you're on the floor and they're standing over you, man. You're beneath their feet, and when they die, you have sympathy for them, man. Princess Diana is nothing to do with us. To say she was very giving and gave to charity. Show me. I'm trying to see, did she give anything to? I know she went to African countries, but to the children of Israel, I don't believe they got a thing, man. And even if she did give them anything, she's giving them a crumb of what they deserve. Because really, black women should be the princesses of Wales, man.
That's right.
Because why? Black people was the original kings of England and Scotland, man.
That's right.
We were the original kings of England, Wales, and Scotland. And our daughters would have been Princess of Wales, Princess of Ireland, Princess of Scotland. Now, you ain't gonna find a black monarch, man. Why? Because these nations done took everything we had. They took everything we had. We now have nothing, man. Give me Jeremiah chapter 15 and verse 5.
Jeremiah Salakia, sir, chapter 5.
Jeremiah chapter 15 and verse 5.
Salakia, sir, 15 verse 5.
It says, a couple had two sons, William and Harry, who were then second and third in the line of succession to the British throne. Listen, man, don't care about Harry. At once upon a time, Harry was third in line for the throne, man. Obviously, Charles was first, William was second, then Harry was third. Don't cry for them, man. You're not in line for this throne at all, man.
Lucky, sir.
William, Harry, so go ahead again.
Lucky, sir. So I didn't mean to cut you there, sir. Harry just got like 30 million for a book he just read.
Exactly. Harry put out a book. He's been doing interviews. He's been putting all his family business out there. Whereas when Harry was on good terms with them, he didn't bust the business, which lets you know this man is being vindictive. He's being vindictive. He don't care that he wants you to know. He don't care about how evil the royal family are. He's just mad that the royal family doesn't work for him no more. He's just mad that they don't treat him like family no more. That's all he's mad about, man. Let me read on. It says, the couple had two sons, William and Harry, who were the second and third in the line of succession to the British throne. Diana's marriage to Charles suffered due to their incompatibility of extramarital affairs. They separated in 1992, soon after the breakdown of their relationship became public knowledge. Their marital difficulties were widely publicized, and the couple divorced in 1996. As Princess Wales undertook royal duties on behalf of the Queen and represented her at functions across the Commonwealth realms, she was celebrated in the media for her unconventional approach to charity work. Let me just skip down. Says Diana's death in a car crash in Paris in 1997 led to extensive public mourning. Look at that, man. It led to public mourning. When black people die, they don't get no public mourning, man. Not whatsoever. But when the devil dies, she gets public mourning, man. Let me see if I can pull up some clips of her funeral. Where people's crying. Hold on. Hold on.
Better use twice I know.
Let me see if I can screenshot this one. Look at all these people, man. Listen, man. All these people came out for her funeral. But who comes out to your funeral? Nobody, man.
That's true.
She got all these flowers for her. She got all these flowers for her funeral. You can't even get a penny in your GoFundMe, man. Listen, black people can't even get a penny in their GoFundMe. Let me find the next one. Hold on.
As dawn breaks on the day of Princess Diana's funeral, the crowds are already gathering on the streets of London. 20,000 extra policemen and women have been drafted in to monitor the crowds, the largest security operation ever mounted in Britain.
Hold on.
Actually,
This is the largest security ever mounted in Britain, man. And black people, we have no security, man. Princess Diana will be all right. She had a beautiful send-off. And she had great security. But what do black people get, man? Nothing. She had a beautiful send-off. 20,000 people there. Prince Harry's still crying. Obviously, when your mom dies, it's a sad day. But it's more sad for black people, man. Because we ain't got nobody to take care of us when our mom's not there. Mom's not there. We don't have nobody to take care of us. Prince Harry had what? He had nannies, he had nurses, he had mansions, he had castles. What do black people have? Nothing, man. But nobody cries for us, man. Nobody puts out all the stops for us. But then we cry for Princess Diana. And it's so sad for Harry. And it's so sad for Meghan. Forget Harry and forget Meghan, man. Because they don't cry when things happen to us, man.
Right.
It doesn't make the news when things happen to us. Let's play some more. It's lucky.
volunteering to work and wanted to be part of it. And London just had this feeling that was just so different.
At Westminster Abbey, a single chime of the tenor bell will be the signal for the soldiers to begin their 2-hour journey.
I thought it was just being quiet songs and quiet in English. I thought that's what we do, isn't it? We don't show emotion. But then you hit the crowd, and that's what I will never forget about the whole thing.
Listen, man, go ahead.
They're the cries they're gonna hear when it's their turn.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So,
Imagine this: the way they cried for Diana. Black people die every day, and no one cried for us like this, man.
nobody.
Nobody cries for us like this. Listen, man. When we die, it's a closed casket and a funeral, and nobody's there, man. Just
So
your
like
family.
you said,
Go ahead.
Bible said our people are dead in the street. Some of our people don't even get a burial, sir.
Exactly, for real. Exactly. There's tons of them that got no burials. There's tons of them that just died, and a white man just threw them somewhere, threw them in a ditch. The soldiers that died, they just threw them in an unmarked grave. They didn't even get an honorable burial, man. Whereas this right here is an honorable burial. Imagine being thrown overboard. That's not no honorable death. Diana got an honorable burial, man. And white people cried, and black people cried along with them, man. But when black people die, white people don't cry along with us, man.
That's true.
They don't cry with you. They look at you like, get over it. They make out like black people supposed to have no emotion whatsoever, man. They make out like we're supposed to see our loved ones die, and it's not meant to tug at our heartstrings, and we're not meant to be sad, and we're not meant to cry. Listen, man. The day Princess Diana died, all these devils felt it, man. You speak bad about Princess Diana, they get mad at you.
Can't.
You speak about Queen Elizabeth, they get mad at you, man. But speaking about those people is the only way they could understand 1% of our pain, man. That's the only way they can understand 1% of our pain.
That's true, sir.
Right, that's all right. One couple that I have been talking to, the man blessed himself. And as he blessed himself, his wife looked at him and she started to cry. When she began crying, it said,
Oh my God. It's a lucky.
And you don't realize just how contagious that is. I don't even think I can count how many people there were that were actually just crying, sobbing.
Listen, man. Everybody's crying. Black people crying, white people crying, Indian people crying, and nobody don't cry for us, man.
Right.
As soon as black people die, what happens? If you've ever read the comments on Facebook, white people say, "Oh, he deserves it. The criminal, the this, the that. Look, the usual type, the usual suspects." That's the things that they do when black people die, man. But when Princess Diana dies, the whole world cries and the whole world stops, and people scream and faint and pass out, man. Let's play some more.
I think we surprised ourselves as a nation on the day because we reacted in a way that felt at times a little bit un-British. But I guess my feeling that's okay, isn't it?
It wasn't any longer a stiff upper lip, just standing in silence. These were people who felt compelled to express such emotion.
Wait a minute, how can is that a black man?
Boy, sir, look like it, other one. Look like it.
Yeah, I can't tell.
Look like it.
Because Princess Diana herself had been someone who wasn't afraid to show her emotions.
Listen, man, they say she wasn't afraid to show her emotions. Listen, man. If you know anything about, hold on, where's the? Yeah, if you know anything about her, she used to do some. Hold on, let me see if we can find one.
It's a lucky, sir.
Go ahead.
Black people in there crying make me sick, you know. Like, I understand though why they do it, because they're just destroyed, innit? They don't love themselves anyway. You know what I mean? They still love the master, so that's why they do it, man. But I feel sorry for our people more. They still mash up from slavery.
Like what you'll find is a lot of black people, they love, like they've just been taught to love the royal family. So because they've been taught to love the royal family, in their mind, they think the royal family is their family. So they feel like they're part of Britain, and that's how black people feel, like they're part of Britain. And hold on, here's the next interview with Princess Diana.
You became pregnant. What was your reaction when?
Hold on. Obviously, she got mad at Charles because I think the day before she gave birth or the day after she gave birth, Charles told her he didn't. You know, he told her he didn't love her, innit?
No, I didn't even know that, you know.
Yeah, he told her he didn't love her or something along the lines. So she's another one that's like Harry, who's upset.
You learned that the child was a boy.
Enormous relief. I felt the whole country was in labour with me. And enormous relief, but I had actually known when he was going to be a boy because of the scan shit, so because no surprise.
Had you always wanted to have a family?
Yes, I came from a family where there were 4 of us, so we had enormous fun there. And then William and Harry arrived. Fortunately, 2 boys. It had been tricky being 2 girls, but that in itself brings responsibilities of bringing them up. William's future being considered in Harry was sort of like a form of a backup in that aspect.
How did the rest of the royal family react when they learned that the child that you would have was going to be a boy?
Well, everybody was just thrilled to bits. There's been very well throughout it. So
It was suggested that it was around this time things became so difficult that you actually tried to injure yourself. Is that true?
when no one listens to you, or you feel no one's listening to you, all sorts of things start to happen. For instance, you have so much pain inside you.
See, this is what she said. She goes, when no one starts to listen to you, and that's what Harry's doing, man, because he feels like nobody's listening to him. Harry is being emotional, man. He feels like that no one's listening to him, saying like his mother thought no one was listening to her. And what did she do? Harm herself. And most people do this when no one listens to them. What do they do? Start to self-harm. You need to wonder why nobody's listening to you, man. That's what you need to do. Wonder why nobody's listening to you. So she started to do what? Self-harm. When no one's listening to her, started to bust the business. And this is where Harry learned it from, man. He's learned all of this from his mother. He's learned to be emotional from his mother, man. And he's doing the same thing she was doing. Let's play some more.
Yourself, that you try and hurt yourself on the outside because you want help, but it's the wrong help you're asking for. People see it as crying wolf or attention seeking, and they think because you're in the media all the time, you've got enough attention, inverted commas. I was actually crying out, I wanted to get better in order to go forward and continue my duty and my role as wife, mother, Princess of Wales. So, yes, I did inflict stuff on myself. I didn't like myself. I was ashamed. I couldn't cope with the pressures.
What did you actually do?
Well, I just hurt my arms and my legs. And I work in environments now where I see women doing similar things, and I'm able to understand completely where they're coming from.
The depression.
So she said she self-harmed. Listen, man, you're the Princess of Wales, man. You got the world at your feet, man. You got the world at your feet. No one listens to me. Listen, you've got all them councillors in the Privy Council and all of those things, man. And this is where Harry's got it from. Harry's learned this emotional behavior from his mum.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when black people do stuff, people blame us and no one has sympathy for us, man.
No.
Diana said she self-harms. The whole world had sympathy for her, man. The whole world came to her aid, man. When Harry said, yo, my family are racist, blah, 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 blah. Black people's like, we love Harry, man. Harry this, Harry that. Harry don't love you, man. Harry don't love you. What Harry is an opportunist. Harry is, because his family's mad at him, now he's gonna act like he loves all people. Now, when Harry was in the royal family and everything was good and he was third in line for the throne, you think Harry didn't know that the royal family hated black people? You think Harry didn't know that the royal family was racist? But as soon as they've outcasted him, then he wants to say the family's racist. So what? You didn't know this racist all these years before. Why didn't you speak out about this all these years before, man?
That's true.
He waited all this time until they basically kicked him out to speak about it. Which means Harry don't care about the racism. Harry only cares about himself, man.
That's
and
true.
we should have no sympathy for him. We should have no sympathy for him whatsoever, man. Because Harry only cares about himself. Let me quickly play some more.
Come on.
Was resolved, as you say. But it was subsequently reported that you suffered bulimia. Is that true?
Yes, I did. I had bulimia for a number of years.
She suffered bulimia. Bulimia is what? That's the one when you can't eat, right?
I'm not even sure. Do you want me to check it out, sir?
Yeah, I'm sure that's the one where you can't eat. Yeah, hold on, I probably can pull it up here as well. Let me pull it up. I believe that's the one when you can't eat. But you believe, hold on, let me see. Bulimia is an eating disorder. Hold on.
Okay.
Bulimia. Says bulimia is an eating disorder, mental health condition. People with bulimia go through periods where they eat a lot of food in a very short amount of time, binge eating, and then make themselves sick to use laxatives, medicines, and all of those things.
Right.
So yeah, and listen, tons of white women do that. Amy Winehouse's done the same thing. These white women say they want to keep their figure. That's what they say. They want to keep their figure. Hold on. Wait, I stopped sharing that. Let me go back to it. So this is Princess Diana having the same kind of interview. You see that the same interviews that she's doing is the same kind of interviews Harry's doing, man. Listen, man. Don't listen. If Harry ends up missing out, I wouldn't put it past the royal family to lock it. I wouldn't put it past them.
To dump him, other one.
Listen, I wouldn't put it past them. Listen, that royal family is a cold family.
Cold.
Listen, that royal family is a cold family. Listen, man, you wouldn't want to go. You wouldn't want to go to war with that. I'm telling you. Listen, man, wars have happened under that royal family. You know how much colonization and colonies and lands they own and money they've stolen and things they've taken. That's the whole family, man. You see them doing their public appearances. They do that outside, but behind closed doors. You don't know the meetings they're having behind closed doors.
That's so true, sir.
So yeah, the meetings that they're having behind closed doors. You don't even want to know what they're discussing. But Harry should fear for his life, man. He knows that's a cold ass family he's dealing with, man. That royal family. They're nothing to play with, man.
That's true. And especially at the one, they come from a line of Germans as well.
Exactly.
And the Germans are cold in the war.
Exactly. These ain't no real British royal family, man. Let's play some more.
And that's like a secret disease. You insist upon yourself because your self-esteem is too low and you don't think you're worthy or valuable.
Listen, bitch. Excuse my French. She said she don't feel she's worthy or valuable. You're the Princess of Wales, man. You're the Princess of Wales. Listen what the white people want, man. Listen, you're the Princess. How much people do you want? She don't feel worthy, but she's got the title Princess of Wales. You're one of the most famous women in the UK. You're linked to the richest family in the UK. And you're saying you don't feel worthy. Now it makes sense why they take everything off black people, man. Because enough's not enough. They have to take everything, man. Right. This woman's got everything and she's still crying and complaining. Harry's got everything and he's still crying and complaining. This is a grown family which is like babies which whinge and moan about it. Just play some shit. I ain't even got to one scripture yet, have I?
One scripture we got already. That's Jeremiah 15:5. That's it.
So I can read that from you. I ain't even read one scripture today. Give me Jeremiah 15:5.
Jeremiah 15:5. For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem?
Who's gonna have pity upon us, man? We have pity upon everybody else, but nobody has pity upon black people, man. We have pity upon Princess Diana, the Princess of Wales. We have pity upon the Prince Harry, the Dukes of Sussex or whatever. Listen, man. The reason they're the heads of these places is why? Because they stole these thrones from black people, man. They stole these places from black people. Right. And now they're heads of these places. And now Diana is the Princess of Wales when she shouldn't be the Princess of Wales, man. The Princess of Wales is supposed to be a black woman, man. The King of England is supposed to be a black man. That's what it's supposed to be, man.
That's right.
So now let's play some more of this video.
About 4 or 5 times a day, some do it more, and it gives you a feeling of comfort. It's like having a pair of arms around you, but it's temporary. Then you're disgusted at the bloatedness of your stomach, and then you bring it all up again. And it's a repetitive pattern, which is very destructive to yourself.
How often would you do that on a daily basis?
Depends on the pressures going on.
Obviously, that's they're talking about being bulimic, all of that stuff.
I was crying out for help, but giving the wrong signals. And people.
The one thing she said right there, she was crying out for help and was giving the wrong signals. This is what you do, man. in here, when you're crying out for help, you don't give the wrong signal, man.
Mm-hmm.
You don't be crying out for help on Facebook, writing a Facebook post, nobody loves me. You sound stupid, man. You sound stupid crying out on the internet, crying out on Instagram. Tyrese crying about can't see his kids on Instagram with snot coming out his nose. You look stupid, man. You look stupid. You're crying out for help, but you're giving the wrong signals. Now, when you cry out for help, give the right signals, man. You know how much posts I see of people, oh, nobody loves me. Not you're looking for sympathy, man. And if you do want help, you need to go about it the right way. Go about it the right way, man. Don't be crying on Facebook for help. Don't be crying on Instagram for help. Don't be crying on YouTube for help. Don't be one of those people that post on your status, I'm at the bridge and I'm going to jump. Listen, man. Don't be crying out don't be giving the wrong signal, man. Go get help the right way. Especially if you're in the school uniform, you can't lead them, man.
That's right.
You cancel on a Facebook status, man. You're not going to get cancelled on a Facebook status. What you need to do is you can't lead them, man. And don't be like these Edomites.
Who were using my bulimia as a coat on a hanger. They decided that was the problem. Diana was unstable.
And so you subjected yourself to this phase of binging and vomiting?
You could say I was subjected, but it was my escape mechanism, and it works for me at that time.
Did you seek help from any other members of the royal family?
No. You have to know that when you have bulimia, you're very ashamed of yourself. You hate yourself.
See? She said that she didn't even seek help from any members of the royal family. So how are you supposed to get help if you don't seek help, man? The whole point of you need to seek help to get help. Well, look at it before we move off the topic of Princess Diana.
You're wasting food. So you don't discuss it with people. And the thing about bulimia is your weight always stays the same, whereas with anorexia you visibly shrink. So you can pretend the whole way through. There's no proof.
The biography of the Prince of Wales, written by Jonathan.
I wasn't taking any A-levels. I was stupid. And I made a grave mistake once of saying to a child I was sick as a plank, in order to ease the child's nervousness, which it did. But that headline went all around the world. And I rather regret saying it.
The Prince of Wales, in the biography, is described as a great thinker, a man with a tremendous range of interests. What did he think their relationship was continuing, even though you were married?
A woman's instinct is a very good one.
So you were isolated?
Very much so.
Listen, man, what Prince Charles should have done is not got rid of Diana. Why didn't you just keep both of them? You allowed multiple wives. Prince Charles should have said, you know what, I'm gonna have both of you, man. But obviously, he got rid of one. She started dating some heathen. They went to Paris, and obviously that's where she died. Anyway, I'm done with Princess Diana. Give me Jeremiah 50. Actually, give me Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 1.
Can't, sir. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 1.
Actually, jump to verse 3 for time's sake.
Deuteronomy 7, verse 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
Listen, man, we the real royal family, so we ain't supposed to make marriages with nobody outside of our family, man.
That's right.
Nobody outside of our royal family. and these royal families didn't want Harry to make a marriage with someone outside of their royal family, man. And he did it, man. And they're mad at him, man. They're mad at him. And what you'll find is this is how we lost our kingdom, man. This is how we lost our things by these interracial marriage. You will see the reason why we ain't the kings of England right now is why? Because of this interracial marriage, man. That's why we ain't the kings of England. Or the throne would still belong to us, man. But what happened? King James's granddaughter, through his daughter Elizabeth Stuart, she married some heathen, man. They had a son called George I, man. And the throne was passed to George I once they refused to give the throne to what? A direct Stuart line, man. So they went for a maternal line, and that's how we lost the throne, man. Because of doing this when the Lord told us not to do it. What should have happened is when they was looking for the closest heir, all the heirs should have been niggas, man.
That's right.
Should have looked to the left, that line's a nigger line. Look to the right, that line's a nigger line. Look below, that's a nigger line. Look up, that's a nigger line. The throne would have to stay with us, man. But now they interracial married and what? That lost us the throne, man. Read that from the top.
If I may, sir.
Go ahead.
Or would you say this is the beginning of the downfall of the royal family?
As in this royal family or back then?
Yeah, this royal family now, seeing what Harry's doing and everything else that's going on, would you, and you know, as well as the pandemic and things, would you say this is part of the, you know, fall of the kingdom or the empire?
Not really, because Harry's not really that important, but because it's the white man fighting against the white man, Harry knows all their secrets. So the more Harry bosses their secrets, the more we will know how they operate. You know how one day everything comes to light. Certain things Harry's probably going to bring out is going to be things that is going to make people turn their back on the monarchy. Once Harry starts bringing, if Harry starts bringing out the real racism, what will happen is black people will hear it and they will stop loving the royal family. So it's kind of good in a way. So once Harry starts busting all these secrets, there's going to be certain things that black people who's in love with them royals hear. Oh, we can't love them no more because they think this about black people.
Right.
We can't love them no more because they think that about black people. Once Harry brings it out with the receipts, so that's why the royal family is not responding, because they know obviously what a lot of what Harry's saying is true. So their response is just denying it and ignoring it. But go ahead.
They're the man of perdition, right?
So I can say that again.
The royal family are part of the, you know, the son of perdition, right? Which is the white man, obviously.
All these devils are, especially these high up ones. So now people are going to start turning their back on the royal family because now they're going to hear what the royal family think of black people. Once soon, Harry's probably going to reveal how much people his sin. Them burying the palace. Listen, if they knock down Buckingham Palace, I guarantee you they're going to find bones on top of bones, man. They're going to find bones on top of bones and all of those kind of things. And Harry would know these things. Why? Because when you're in the royal family, there's certain things that you see that you can't speak out about. And now that he's basically kicked out, he's getting ready to speak on all of these things, man. And they're probably going to try and censor him. Read on.
Khan. Thy daughters thou shalt not give unto his son.
Go ahead.
Nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy Salakia, my bad. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
Listen, man, you shouldn't take his daughters, man. You shouldn't take his daughters, man. Right. And you shouldn't give them to your sons, and you shouldn't give your daughters to their sons. Because what happens, kingdoms is lost that way, man. Kingdoms and rulerships is lost that way, man. Right. And how do we know? The House of Stuart lost the throne. Why? White people was going to take the throne anyway, because that's what they was trying to do. They was taking the throne anyway, but you handed it over to them easy.
That's right.
Once Sophia married some German man, once she done that, it was a wrap. Once she married outside of her race, it was a wrap. Read on.
Khan. For they will turn thy son from following me.
What?
From following me.
They will turn your son from following the Lord, man. Why? Because once you follow them, you serve their God more than you do the Lord, man. Why? Because you're an Israelite where you can't celebrate Christmas, Easter, but with them, they can celebrate anything. And they celebrate Christmas and matching Christmas pajamas. And to please your wife, you feel like doing it, man. To please your wife, you put on the Christmas pajamas, man. To please your wife, you celebrate Easter and all of those kind of things. You celebrate all these things to please your wife. And then you stop serving the Lord, man. You go to church on Sunday and do all of these things. You go to mosque on Friday. You do all of these things to do what? Please your wife.
Right.
You do this to please your spouse. And that's why the Lord said, listen, don't do it in the first place, man. What happens is men are physically stronger than women, but women, you use power in other ways. So I'll manipulate you, man. Manipulate you into doing things that you wouldn't usually do. She'll
That's
say,
true.
"Oh, you're not going to come do this with me. So you're not going to celebrate Christmas. Look at such and such's man, he celebrates Christmas. If you love your family, you would do this. If you was a real man, you would do this. And then you always hear women using this term, a real man does this. Listen, man, you're a woman and you wouldn't know what a real man is, man.
That's right.
Then how would
That's
you know
right.
what a real man is, man? Listen, man. Speak to it. Speak to a gazelle, man. A gazelle will tell you a real lion don't eat gazelles, man. That's what a gazelle will try and say to a lion, a real lion don't eat gazelles. What would a gazelle know, man? It's not a lion. A gazelle doesn't know what the hell a real lion does, man. And a woman doesn't know what the hell a real man does. Well, a real man does this. While it is their term, real man is subjective. If there's 50 different women, their definition of a real man is 50 different things, man. Their definition of a real man is 50 different things. What they choose a real man based on what they like. If they want you to be in touch with this so-called feminine side, a man's supposed to listen. I got no feminine side, so I hear men say I'm in touch with my feminine side. Listen, man, a man ain't supposed to have no feminine side, man. You're meant to be masculine, man. Feminine side. Listen, man. You're in touch with your feminine side. Listen, we warriors and lions in here, man.
That's right.
We don't have no feminine side, man. I don't know what in the GOCC you think this is, man. I don't know what in the GOCC you think this is, but we don't have no feminine side, man.
Right.
All of this gay shit about a man by day and a feminine man by night.
What?
A man with a feminine side sounds like a man to me that puts on women's underwear, man. That's what it sounds like. A man with a feminine side sounds like a man that puts on women's underwear, speaks all gay, all of those kind of things. Listen, man, we ain't got no feminine side up in here. Read that part one more time.
For they will turn away thy son from following me.
They turn away from following the Lord, and they do that every single time, man. And this throne was lost. Why? Because she married someone she wasn't supposed to marry. Her being a granddaughter of King James, man. Through his daughter, Elizabeth Stuart. By her doing that, they gave that kingdom away, man. But obviously they wasn't in the truth, so they wouldn't have known any better. In their mind, they're just thinking royalties marrying another royal line. So obviously you had other kingdoms which had Edomite kings and so forth. So they was just marrying whatever.
So it's lucky.
Go ahead.
If I may, so they didn't have no kind of education on who they was or anything like that.
Now they knew who there was.
Like
they knew who there was, but it's like today, most people know who they are, but they just don't care. Money means more. Money means more, and those things is better than whatnot. So they wasn't in the truth. So if you speak to, let's say for instance, all black people know they're not supposed to date outside their race, but they still do it. All black people know they're not supposed to smoke weed, it's wrong, but they still do it. So it's one of those ones where they know they're not supposed to do something, but they still do it anyway.
You do it right.
All it is, they're just at that stage where their conscience don't prick them, and they just think we're gonna get away with whatever we can, not realizing the things that you're doing is gonna affect the generations after you. The women that you marry, the men that you marry, if it's the wrong type of man or woman, it affects your generations after you. Right. When you're dead and gone, we're left cleaning up your mess. When you're dead and gone, I have to look at the Princess of Wales as a white woman when it's supposed to be a black woman.
That's right.
That's the mess that they leave us in. And here, in the ISUPK, we're here to fix that mess. Right. We're here to fix that mess. But read on.
That they may serve other gods, so will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly.
Listen, man. The Lord's anger be kindled against us. Now, let me just read this. This is a book called Kings and Queens of England and Scotland. So now, hold on. So now this is going to let you know about the house of Hanover, because obviously the house of Hanover, they took over after the house of Stuart, because King James' granddaughter married a German prince and had a son, and that son became heir, and now that son that son goes all the way down to Queen Elizabeth and them. So let's read on. It says, succession was settled upon the Protestant electress of Hanover, Sophia, granddaughter of James I, in 1701. When she died in 1714, the succession passed to her son George, and on the death of Anne, he became the first Hanoverian king. So this man became the first king, man, of the Hanovers. Why? Because she married a heathen and had a son. Says to begin with, the Hanoverian kings had little going for them in Britain. So this is Queen Elizabeth's family. They had little going for them in Britain. Says George could speak no English and knew little of his new kingdom. This man got this kingdom for free, man. Just think about that. When you interracial marry, you're giving someone something for free, man. You're giving up your goods for free. This man could speak no English, man, and knew nothing of his new kingdom. And these is the people who the Queen descends from. Let's read on. Although the English Protestant majority approved of the Act of Settlement, which ensured a Protestant monarch, they wished Queen Anne's successor could have been more congenial. The minority who still preferred the Jacobite cause were influential and vociferous and caused difficulties for the new dynasty for more than 30 years. So now, the Jacobites was mad that this house of Hanover was sitting on the throne, and the Jacobites was fighting against it, man. They was fighting against it. Why? Because they wanted to put a black man back on the throne, man. They wanted to put James VII back on the throne, man. They wanted it to go back to the Jacobite line. And these white people weren't having it, man. So what did these white people do? Ship these Jacobite rebels abroad, man. They defeated them in battle and shipped them abroad to certain Caribbean islands and to America and them places. Despite these problems, the Hanoverians worked hard to make themselves adaptable and to learn British ways. By the end of Queen Victoria's reign, the monarchy had surrendered most of its power but retained influence and enjoyed great popularity. So now, this is... So now, it went down to... Hold on. So it went to George I, George II, George III, George IV, William IV, Victoria, then it went to Edward VII, and then after that, it went to George V, and then after George V, it went down to, let me go down this. Yeah, it went to George VI, and then after George VI, it went down to Elizabeth II.
Right.
So that's how the throne ended up with white people.
Okay.
That's how it went. It went to the house of Hanover, and then from there, these Edomites took over the throne.
So
and then now sitting on it today. Slakia, go ahead.
Salakia, I keep cutting inserts. Salakia. Salakia for that. So George, all the Georges that you just mentioned, they're all black?
Like all that was an Edomite line.
Oh, Khan. Did I miss the transition from black to white?
Oh yeah, so all right then. So the transition was King James' granddaughter married some German prince, some Edomite.
Okay.
And then and then they had a son called George I. And then that Jacobite throne was passed to George I, who was the son of that German man. Okay. And then after George I, it went down to George II, George III, Edward, Victoria, all the way to Elizabeth II.
Right, to the German. So, okay. Yeah,
so the transition was Sophie marrying someone she wasn't supposed to marry.
Okay, so Sophie, what was the name? Sophie what? If I could?
Sophia Stewart, that's what they would have called her.
Sophia Stewart.
The daughter of Elizabeth Stewart.
Daughter
of Elizabeth Stewart. Oh. So Elizabeth Stewart was King James' daughter.
I'll just
so now where so okay, go ahead.
So Elizabeth Stewart was Salakia, what's her?
His daughter.
King James's daughter, yeah.
Mm. But the
Okay,
throne,
why did that say?
the throne was meant to go to. Well, the throne went to the sons of King James. But what happened is they banned a Jacobite line from ruling. They banned them from ruling on the throne, and then they tried to be smart with it and say, "Yo, we're going to look for an heir which is not directly from that line." So then they went to a maternal line. Now, maternal means from your mother's side, whereas we know the lineage goes from your father's side.
Right.
So when they went to a maternal line, they know the lineage goes from your father's side. So they went to a maternal line, knowing that the king that they was going to choose afterwards is going to reign over England, and then they're going to run it through his paternal line. So Edomites could be on the throne forever.
Right. Okay. Forever. Right.
So it's smart. Because really, if they done it right, a Jacobite should be king right now. It was meant to go to King James VII and II of England. He was meant to be king. They call him James the Pretender. The reason they call him James the Pretender is why? Because they're saying that he's pretending to be a king. So they're mocking him. They're saying he's pretending to be a king. So they gave him the name James the Pretender.
King James.
No, this is King James's son, James VII. King James, the King James that the famous King James is King James VI, and his son was King James VII.
Right.
So after that, he had Charles I, Charles II, King James VII.
Can't. Okay. Can't.
Hold on. And even Edomites was mad at Harry for marrying a woman that even we know she's an Edomite, but the rest of the world thinks she's black. People outside of the truth, they think she's black. So they'll be like, he married a black woman. So now this is what happened. This is an article. No, this is a painting that someone drew when Prince Harry married her. Hold on. Let me find it. Actually, wait. You see how Harry's talking about the royal family's racist? Hold on.
He's saying that now, yeah?
He's saying that now, but hold on. Hold on. Let me just share this. Harry's talking about racism. Harry's talking about racism. Listen, man. I'm sure this is Harry in the Nazi uniform and the swastika and all of them things, man.
Khan, that's him there. Yeah, that's him.
So what's Harry talking about? Hold on, let me make it bigger. Why is Harry talking about racism, man? Look. Harry with the Nazi symbol. Harry with the Nazi symbol, man. And do you know why Harry's wearing the Nazi symbol? Because really, Harry is from a German family, man.
Right. All right.
From the House of Hanover, who was Germans who couldn't speak no English when they first came over to England, man. He's from that family tree. Don't let Harry fool you now and make out like he's not a German. Harry's a German, man. They just changed the name to the House of Windsor once England was at war with Germany to give it a more English name. But hold on, there's an article, man. There's an article that some guy wrote where he called Harry a race traitor. Hold on. I'm trying to find it.
A race traitor, you know.
He called him a race traitor. Hold on. Yeah. Listen, man, this was some devil drew this picture. Hold on. So can you see it on the screen? Hold on. So someone drawn with Harry with blood behind him and a gun to his head saying race traitor. This is what.
So he basically what that's saying is like you've disowned your race, yeah?
Yep, it's saying you turn your back on your race and it's saying you deserve to die. So he's saying Harry deserves to die. This is what they think when someone marries someone that looks a bit like you. Now, we know Meghan's not us, but the popular consensus, they believe Meghan's a black woman. So then we'll capitalize on it and use it as a teaching tool. Now, she's us. And this is what this man said. So lets you know the British public don't want their people even mixing with you. This man called Harry a race traitor. Guess what? If you're black and Hispanic and you marry outside of your race, you're a race traitor too, man.
That's right.
You're a race traitor too, man. Listen, man. The man who made, I don't agree with the gun and the blood in the background, but the race traitor comment, I agree with that, man.
So lucky
you're a race traitor too. It's lucky, go ahead.
They and England always talk about how they hate Hitler. Yeah. And look, Harry comes from that line, that same people.
Exactly. Harry comes from the line of that same people, but they lie and they make out like they don't come from them same people. They make out like they're not family. Because they know if everyone knew those family, then what? People would get rid of the monarch. People would say, I'm done with the monarch. So they had to, let me get the next one. Now, Harry also took cocaine, man. Listen, man. Where did Prince Harry get this cocaine from, man? Because it wasn't black people. There's some white people selling drugs to the royal family, man. And it's not black people. Right? Harry took cocaine, man. Listen, man. And hold on, let me see if I can find it on YouTube. I know when to pull you. Hold on, let me share the screen.
Are you getting about the tone and the purpose of this memoir?
Well, the purpose was always to tell Harry's truth in his own words, the truth he doesn't ever feel he's had a chance to express before. And I think I'm seeing two themes to this. We are seeing this very difficult relationship with his brother, his beloved brother on one hand, his arch nemesis on the other. That's Harry's own words there. And we're seeing the relationship.
Oh yeah, you know what? Harry said his brother's his arch nemesis. That's no brotherhood, man. That's meant to be your brother. And it came out that Harry is jealous of William because William is next in line for the throne. Sometimes you have to accept in life. Sometimes you have to accept in life that you're not the one, man. Right. Sometimes that you have to accept in life that you may not be the one. But after this, I need to go to certain else. Hold on, let's go back.
Are you getting about the tone and the purpose of this memoir?
Well, the purpose was always to tell Harry's truth in his own words, the truth he doesn't ever feel he's had a chance to express before. And I think I'm seeing two themes to this. We are seeing this very difficult relationship with his brother, his beloved brother on one hand, his arch nemesis on the other. That's Harry's own words there. And we're seeing the relationship with the two of them growing up as brothers who jostle. And then ending in this situation in 2019 as brothers who then fought. There was a physical altercation over comments William made to Harry when he went round to his house about Meghan, describing her as difficult, as abrasive, as rude. And something then led to William grabbing hold of Harry, throwing him to the floor, Harry hitting the dog bowl, cutting him as he hit the floor. So we're getting a sense of this physical difficulty with the relationship, how far that rift had gone and how far things had broken down between the two of them. But Harry is also painting a picture of the difficulty growing up, playing second fiddle to William, if you like. Speaking of his Eton days in particular, how it was the school that William went to and said it was his second.
See, you hear that? What you're getting from this is Harry's jealous of William, man. Harry said that he didn't play his second fiddle, man. And this is the thing. This is the thing. Once money and riches and all these things is involved. Hold on. 1 second. Let me just. once money and riches and all of these things is involved, it will make people do a lot, man. Hold on.
But he didn't like the fact Harry had been there. Harry saying to him, teacher, even said to him, don't forget you've got your brother here. Harry then writing, but it wasn't me who forgot. Willie had told me to pretend not to know him. What? You don't know me, Harold, and I don't know you. For the 2 previous years, Willie had explained to him Eton and the same had been his sanctuary. So you get a sense of this difficult relationship between the 2 brothers. As I say, on the one hand, Harry describing him as a beloved brother, and we've all seen the pictures of them. The bonds are so close between those 2 brothers. And then we see the other end of it where it's gone so spectacularly wrong. And then we're also getting a bigger picture of the state of mind of Harry. As if
Really? So now, what this boils down to is maybe Harry wants the throne, man. It's maybe Harry wants to be the king of England, man. He called his brother his arch nemesis, and he said he doesn't like playing second fiddle. Listen, man. The Bible says what? You shouldn't covet, man. Listen, man. Like in here, we don't covet other brothers. If a brother's got some, it's his. Listen, man. If a brother's got a higher rank than you, we don't covet it like I should be that rank. Why is he got? I should. We don't do that, man. Listen. Hold on. Let me get. Hold on. So now, hold on. All right. So you see how? Give me Exodus 20 and 17.
Can't, sir.
Give me that real quick about thou shalt not covet.
Exodus 20, verse 17. Thou shalt not covet.
And now, because if you covet, it turns to murder, man. Now, the royal family, they've always been murdering for the throne, man. Let me share this article. This is called The Princes in the Tower from the 1400s, man. They was meant to be in line for the throne. So what happened? Their uncle killed them, man. Their uncle killed them and took the throne. Hold on, let me. Can you read that? Can you read that from there, Hakian?
I can read. The Prince in the Tower refers to the apparent murder in England in the 1480s of the disposed King Edward V of England and Richard of Shrewsbury, Duke of York. These 2 brothers were the only sons of King Edward the sixth?
That's the fourth.
Salakia. These 2 brothers were the only sons of King Edward IV and Elizabeth Woodville, surviving at the time of their father's death in 1483. Is that
so
clear?
Now? Yeah, kind of clear. So now their son, these was the sons of the king. So their father was King Edward IV, and these are his 2 sons. And then they would be next in line for the throne. Why? Because they're the sons of the king. Now let's read on.
When they were 12 and 9 years old, respectively, they were lodged in the Tower of London by the paternal.
Listen, London's got so much history, man. These 2 boys were lodged in the Tower of London, man. You can go see the Tower of London today. There's a ton of history there. Listen, I'm still trying to get down there with a camera and record the whole shit and make a whole video of it. I'm trying to get there and do a whole walkthrough. Listen, listen, I love British history, Salakia. One of my favorite things is British history.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
When you do go down, can you give me a shout? Because I would like to come as well.
Listen, definitely, man. I'm trying to go there. I'm trying to go King James Castle in Edinburgh. I'm trying to go everywhere, man. I'm trying to go Edinburgh Castle. I'm trying to go Tower of London. Listen, I'm trying to go to them castles in Wales. I'm trying to go everywhere. I'm trying to try on these niggas' armor and everything, man.
Really, calm.
I'm trying to try on Edward III's crown and all of those kind of things, man.
Yeah. But, I'd like to come as well if I could.
Listen, man, we need to arrange it. We just go there with the camera, just record the whole thing. But go ahead.
They were lodged in the Tower of London by their paternal uncle and
So
all-powerful.
now this is their father's brother. Now, if your brother dies, you're supposed to take care of his kids, man, because that's family, man. You're supposed to love and take care of his kids. But if you covet your brother's goods, you're not going to take care of his kids, man. If you covet stuff which belongs to your brothers, you're going to kill them one day for what they have, man. You coveting one day will turn into murder. Read on.
Khan. The all-powerful, by their paternal uncle and all-powerful regent, the Duke of Gloucester?
Yeah, Gloucester.
Right. This was supposedly in preparation for Edward's fifth coming coronation.
So now he took them to the tower and he said, you come into the tower because of Edward V's coronation. So he's basically lied to them. Hold on, let's read on. Go ahead.
Khan Khan. However, before the young king could be crowned.
So now he's going to crown one of the kids. Go ahead.
Khan. He and his brother were declared illegitimate. Gloucester ascended the throne as Richard III.
So now they lied and said it was illegitimate. So back then, if these sons wasn't with your wife, because back then there was on this one wife thing and papers and all that. If it wasn't with her, it would declare you illegitimate. If someone wanted the throne, would just lie and say, no, he's not the rightful heir, he's illegitimate. So this uncle did these things, and then all of a sudden they were missing, but I read on.
Khan, it is unclear what happened to the boys after the last recorded sighting of them in the tower. It is generally assumed that they were murdered. A common hypothesis, Salakia.
Hold on, what's it? What is
Salakia? A common I can't remember. I know the word, but I can't say it. Common hypothesis.
Hold on, what part are you reading? I can't see what you're reading. Oh, yeah, hypothesis.
Hypothesis, that's right. Is that they were killed by Richard in an attempt to secure his hold on the throne.
Those what?
So like a common hypothesis is that they were killed by Richard in an attempt to secure his hold on the throne.
Listen, man, they know Richard III killed them boys, man, because in this tower they found bones matching a 12-year-old and like a 9-year-old, man. What's the chances of you find two sets of bones and 2 sets of people went missing? What's the chances? 2 sets of bones, 2 people went missing. Chances are it would be those people's bones, man.
And Salakia.
Go ahead.
But they couldn't have no like what they have forensics and piece it together and find out.
Because forensic back then.
Oh.
Even if they tested the bones now, they couldn't prove it because they didn't have DNA of them from when they was alive anyway.
Right. Okay.
You'd be testing it against nothing, basically.
Right. I understand you, sir.
So that's why they can't really 100% say, but we know Richard III killed them niggas.
Yeah.
We know he killed them. He killed them for what? The throne, man. And this is what happens when you covet, man. Listen, if you're not next in line for the throne, it don't belong to you, man. Right. But he killed them for the throne. And imagine, just think of it like this. You covet someone and you kill them for riches or whatnot. One day you have to stand before the judgment seat of God and explain why you killed that man. You have to stand before the judgment seat of God and explain why you killed that man for a phone that ain't even worth £10 now. You have to stand in front of the throne of God and explain why you killed that man for a Ford Escort which has been discontinued and don't even drive no more now.
Can't.
You're standing in front of God, looking down, thinking these things ain't even worth nothing now, and you have to explain to God why you killed this man for it. Right. Don't covet your brother's goods, man.
That's right.
Because covet turns into murder, and this man used this opportunity to murder these little boys in the tower, man, so he could get the throne. He looked at it like, I want all the success, I want the throne, and he murdered them boys for that throne, man. Hold that there, but give me... What do I want? Give me... Give me Luke chapter 12 and verse 13.
Come on, Khan.
I believe that's the one I want.
Luke 12 and 13. Luke 12, verse 13. If ye then, being evil.
Nah, that must be the wrong one.
Right. Shalakia, let me just Shalakia, that was 11. Shalakia, sir. 12 and 13, sir.
Yeah, come 12 and 13.
God. And one of the company said unto him, Master, speak to my brother that he divide the inheritance with me.
And one of them said, speak to my brother that he divide the inheritance with me. This is another man that was coveting, man. Listen, man, if a father has inheritance and he gives it to his oldest son, you can't be mad at him and saying, yo, I believe I should get some. You coveting it, it don't belong to you, man. Now, you might feel like you want some, but rightfully, it don't belong to you, man. And this throne at this time didn't belong to Richard III. It belonged to those two princes, and he killed them for it, man.
Right.
Read on.
Khan. And he said unto him, Man, who made me a judge or a divider over you?
And this is when Christ was breaking shit down at camp, and he's breaking it down. And this man's coming talking about money, man. Make sure he divides the inheritance. This man was coveting, man. Don't covet, man. It will make you hate your brother. And
right.
it will make you hate your brother, and it will make you hate everything about him, man. It will make you hate his kids. And Richard III coveted his brother so much that when his brother died, instead of taking care of them kids, what did he do? He killed them in the tower.
Salakia, so what's covet, sir? Salakia.
Covet is basically wanting what's not yours, wanting somebody else's goods.
Right, okay.
Basically, if a man's got a wife and you're looking at her like she should be mine, you covet goods. Goods. Eventually, you're going to rob them for it, man. Eventually, you're going to kill them for it. And this man coveted the throne, and that's why he killed them two boys. Take me back to the princes in the tower.
Khan. It is unclear what happened to the boys after the last recorded sighting of them in the tower. It is generally assumed that they were murdered. A common hypothesis is that they were killed by Richard in an attempt to secure his hold on the throne. Their deaths may have occurred sometime in 1483. But apart from their disappearance, the only evidence is circumstantial. As a result, several other hypotheses about their fate have been proposed, including the suggestion that they were murdered by their maternal uncle, the Duke of Buckingham, or future brother-in-law, King Henry VII?
Yeah, Henry VII.
Among others. It has also been suggested that one or both princes may have escaped assassination.
That's a lie. They found the bomb somewhere. Hold on, let me see if I can go to it. Go ahead.
Khan. From Salakia. Where do you want me to read? Salakia, sir?
Go to in 1674.
Khan, sir. In 1674, workmen at the tower dug up from under the staircase a wooden box containing two small human skeletons.
Concerning what?
Containing, sir, two small human skeletons.
Don't that sound like the two boys that was meant to be the kings of England?
Sounds like it to me.
It sounds like it. Richard III killed them in the tower, man. And he hid them under the stairs in the tower. And years after he died, once the workmen was at the tower, they dug it up and they found the bones, man. They found the bones of those two boys that he killed, man. Read on.
Damn. The bones were widely accepted at the time as those
At the time, they accepted that these was the bones of the two boys. And now that's why there's this thing called The Princes in the Tower. They've got movies on it. They've got
right.
And them two boys was killed in the tower. At that time, it was widely accepted. Only nowadays, they're coming out with all this nonsense. because they want to make money off of it, so they drag it out and make it some conspiracy theory. Listen, it's all it is those boys was next in line for the throne. Their uncle coveted. Their uncle killed them, so he could get the throne. That's all. Read on.
Can't. But this has not been proven as far, and is far from certain.
Go ahead.
King Charles II had the bones buried in Westminster Abbey, where they remain.
And King Charles II gave them boys a decent burial in Westminster Abbey, man. And the reason they got a decent burial is why? Is because King Charles is a black man, man. And black men have a heart, and black men have compassion, man. Black men have a heart, and black men have compassion. Also, just wanted to quickly show, hold on, let me just show a portrait. Now, out of every monarch, you know the first, hold on. Now, out of all the monarchs, there was only one monarch whose picture was actually painted. Whose picture was actually painted when he was alive. Hold on, let me find it. Hold on, you can't even see this one. Let me click on it. And they've tried to change it. Listen, man. Listen, this is Richard II. So now, you see how they draw all the monarchs white? They draw all the monarchs white, but now there's an actual. Hold on, let me listen. I'm gonna get the picture and I'm gonna get it in the book as well.
So that book's where can I order that from? Is that Amazon?
Yeah, you can get this on Amazon. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me just. So he lived in about what I believe he was called the Boy King. So he lived in like what the year 900 and all of that nonsense. Hold on, let me just find it. Hold on. So now, there was a monarch called Richard II, and it says here, Richard came to the throne as a 10-year-old child, and his advisors ruled the country until 1389. When Richard took control himself, at first he ruled well, presiding over a period of prosperity. But after the death of his wife Anne, in 1394, his behavior changed. In 1399, he was forced to abdicate. So now it says, Child King, this portrait of Richard, possibly by artist Andre Benevu of Valenciennes, is the earliest known painted portrait of an English sovereign. So now, this is the earliest portrait of any monarch. Let's take a look at this portrait. Hold on.
Is that on Google too, sir?
Should be. Let's take a look at this portrait. Oh, I don't think you're gonna see it because I don't know how to zoom in on this. Hold on. Oh no, let me go back. Hold on. How does he?
Oh, he's black. I can see it from me. He's black, sir. I can see that's black.
Listen, this ain't a black man. Hold on.
That's a black man there.
This is the earliest portrait of any monarch drawn, man. And this is Richard II's portrait. And that's a black man.
Look at the hair.
Exactly.
Negro hair.
Exactly. So let's read. Listen. Let's read it again. Richard II came to the throne as a 10-year-old child, and his advisors ruled the country until 1389. When Richard took control himself, at first he ruled well, presiding over a period of prosperity. But after the death of his wife Anne in 1394, his behavior changed. In 1399, he was forced to abdicate. So now, let's read about this portrait right here. It says, Child King, this portrait of Richard, possibly by artist Andre Benevu of Valenciennes, is the earliest known painted portrait of an English sovereign. So this is the earliest portrait of an English sovereign, and this portrait was painted black because Richard II was a black man.
Right.
Don't let them lie to you and whitewash the images. Now this is the black picture of Richard II. Let me show you. Let me show you the. The white ones that they've got, how they've whitewashed it over time, how they've tried to whitewash the same portrait. Hold on, let me find one where they've tried to whitewash the same portrait. Hold on. Even in these ones, you can see he's black.
Yeah, can't.
You can tell Richard II's a black man, and they've tried to make him. Hold on, I'm trying to find one of the ones where they've tried to. Hold on.
You can, Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
You can also tell because all the other paintings of white people are there. Otherwise, there would be a difference, wouldn't there?
And look at this one. This is what they've tried to do. Look.
Oh my jolting. That
See?
look like Caesar Borgia, man.
Exactly. So now we just seen the black image of Richard II, which the artist painted. The artist didn't paint this version here, man.
No.
What they've done is they've made it white like they do with everything, man. They've made that image white like what they do with everything.
That's right.
Richard II, they've just whitewashed the image, man. We showed you that Richard II was black, man. Listen, man. Listen, I got a ton of new books where it lets you know all of the ones who was. Listen, man. Let me just get through them and highlight the parts that we need, and one day I'll do it in a class or something.
Can't.
That day you're gonna need it. That day you're gonna need your notepads. You're gonna be finding out niggas was black you didn't think was black.
Can't.
Listen, man. You're gonna be finding out. I didn't know that man was black. I didn't know that man was black. Listen, man. Let me get page. Hold on. Let me get page 36 in this. Hold on.
And he's got Adam's apple. You see where they put the Adam's apple as well? White hair, everything, blue eyes. I said the other one didn't have blue eyes though, right? That had brown eyes, isn't it?
Hold on, let me go. Let me go back to the other one. Hold on. The other one was a fuller.
Totally different.
Exactly. Listen, the other one. This nigga looks like Salakia. This one looks.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I see the resemblance.
Look, their hair look like wool, man.
Exactly. That Richard II looks like me. I don't know how they changed it up. Made him a damn Edomite, man. Hold on. Hold on. All right, now so grab this from me, Quatzar. Give me this in page 36. Now hold on. Now we got the book where we're going to show you that King Charles was black. Also, read page 36. The original King Charles was black.
Same book, other one.
No, this is a different book. It's called The Memoirs of John Mackey. Afterwards, I write these books down for you.
Tawada, appreciate it, sir.
So now hold on. Let me pull up a picture of King Charles on the internet. Let's see if it matches the book.
Okay.
King Charles the First. Look, this is what they tell you King Charles the First looks like.
Sure.
So, hold on, wait. Can you see on the screen? Is it screen shared?
No, I just saw it on your screen from behind you.
Oh, okay. Hold on, one second. Let me screen share it.
The jolting.
So now this is what they tell you King Charles looks like. Like
Who's
this.
they, sir?
The world now, the white man who controls the internet and all of these things, and the artist who's painted it. This is what they say King Charles look like. This picture right here. So now we're gonna read a book of King Charles' contemporaries, meaning someone that lived around the same time frame. This man was this man was a spy. He spied on the Jacobites, so he could report back to England. So I read that Quatzar.
Is King Charles... So
this is a spy. He's writing about what he's seen. Go ahead.
His son to King Charles II by the Duchess of Portsmouth. He was carried by his mother into France in the reign of King James and left France in the reign of King William when he declared himself for the religion and constitution of his country. He is a gentleman.
So now it's going to tell you what the man's like who we've seen. Go ahead.
Good-natured to a fault, very well bred, and of many valuable things in him.
Go ahead.
Is an enemy to the buffoonets.
Go ahead.
very credulous, well-shaped, black complexion.
Wait, what complexion?
Black complexion.
Read that part louder. He had what?
Ah, damn.
Black complexion.
Read on.
Much like King Charles.
Wait. Black complexion like what?
Much like King Charles.
Read that part again from black complexion.
God damn.
Black complexion. Much like King Charles.
This image that we see here doesn't have a black complexion. It said this one has a black complexion, much like King Charles. Black complexion, much like King Charles. This man here doesn't have a black complexion.
Right.
The internet lies sometimes, man.
That's right.
Read that one more time from the black complexion part.
Well-shaped, black complexion, much like King Charles.
Says black complexion, much like King Charles. Now give me page 40.
So lucky, sir, if I may, before you read that, sir, it is like, so Prince Charles the First would be the father, Prince Charles the Second would be the son, right?
Yeah, so you had King James, then King James had a son called Charles the First, and he had a son called Charles the Second.
All right, got you. Okay, King James had a son. Okay.
Charles the Second.
Okay, no sweat. Thought of it.
No sweat. All right, read on.
Charles, Duke of St. Albans, is son to King Charles II by Mrs. Gwyn, was made by King Williams, one of the bedchamber, and captain of the band of the Pensioners, and sent by the king to France to congratulate the marriage of the Duke of Burgundy. He is a gentleman every way, de bon naturel, well bred, doth not love buffonettes.
Does what?
Doth not love.
Go ahead.
Buffonettes.
Go ahead.
Is well affected to the constitution of his country. He is of a black complexion.
He is of what?
He is of a black complexion.
He is of what?
He is of a black complexion.
He's of a black complexion, man. Listen, these people was black, man. King Charles was black. Is there any more in that? Or that?
Not too tall as the Duke of Northumberland.
So now listen, these people was black, man. Because black people was ruling Europe, man. Hold on, let me show you a coat of arms, man. Listen, man. Let me show you a black coat of arms. Hold on. This was the Gilbert family, man. This was their coat of arms. You see them black men on the coat of arms, Hakim?
Come on, sir.
This is three of the Gilbert family, man. This is a black Irish family.
Black Irish, yeah?
This is a
Gilbert family.
black Irish family, man. The Gilbert family. The original Irish people was black, man.
Bruh.
The original Irish people was black. And that's a black coat of arms from an Irish family, a black Irish family who got shipped to Barbados. And this was their coat of arms.
So what tribe were they from? Do you know, sir?
They could be Judah or Benjamin.
Okay.
Was shipped from England all the way back to Barbados.
Right. Come on.
So now,
it's deep.
And the black families, the black people, the original Irish was black people, man. Irish was black people, man. And most of them were shipped back to Jamaica. And this is why when in Jamaica, this is why they have this saying Irie, because Ireland was really called Ireland. And black people were saying Irie to let you know that it was from Ireland, man. That's why black people in Jamaica say Irie. You're just thinking they say Irie for no reason.
Yeah.
Saying Irie to let you know that they're from Ireland, man. Because a lot of black people are from Ireland.
Right.
And they used to pronounce it Ireland. E-I-R-E. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up. Because obviously people think I'm lying. How can people think there's someone online that's saying we're lying?
Yeah, there would be, you know.
Hold on.
I can't see them.
Hold on.
So with a black man with an Irish last name would probably be, yeah, from Black Irish.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now, hold on. They think I'm lying. Irie comes from niggas that used to what? Live in Ireland, man. And they went to the Caribbean and was letting you know that Irish, that's why they would say Irie. And listen, man, when you look at Irie here, it says the name Ireland and Irie derived from Old Irish Irie. That's where it comes from. Obviously, they say it's named after a goddess, but obviously, who cares what it's named after? The name So here, it says the names Ireland and Irie derived from Old Irish English Irie, a goddess in Irish mythology first recorded in the 9th century. They're going to tell you that, but really, black people say Irie, letting you know that they're from Ireland. Why else would niggas be in Jamaica saying Irie?
True.
Because they're letting you know they're from Ireland originally, man. And when you look through, and that's why I showed. Hold on. Now let me go back to the coat of arms. Hold on.
Yeah, I can see that.
And the family of these coat of arms, they could be linked to niggas in the Caribbean saying Irie today.
Right.
Black men with the surname Gilbert, this could be their family members, who knows? So listen, man. Anyway, with that brings us to the end of the class. We up on the time.
Come
We'll be tomorrow. Thank you, Officer Graphic. Clap it up. We'll do security announcements. Are they? Check. Are they over there?
Not over here.
Check on the there.
This is the ISUPK security announcements, where the ISUPK started at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to our brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18 and verse 21. Malachi chapter 3 verses 8 to 10 means tenth in Hebrew. Ma'ashara, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations.
Feast of Purim in March.
All Acumen Alcohol to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband and scarf. So that would say Amajim Shabbat, Amajim Barak, Yahweh Shemar, Ajimata, class dismissed.
Shalom, other one. Shalom, Kotiza. Salaki, other one.
Shalom. Go ahead.
Are we still on camera?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can we go down to I want to go down to the tower with you.
Oh yeah, listen. We need to go there ASAP.
I'm ready now. I'm ready when you're ready.
If it was open now, I'll go there now. But listen, listen, we need to go. I'm thinking the next couple weeks.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'll be here tomorrow.
Salakia?
Nah.